למד כל הירושלמי. איפה הבחור?
הוא היה לפני החתונה אצל הרב.
עושה סיום על כל ירושלמי, הוא רוצה בו, שלא יצלוח.
לפני החתונה.
הרב אמר ברוך הבא.
This is structured by Nevi'im, and that they had a lot of why everything has to be exactly in its place and organized that way. Why did they institute that healer of the sick should be the 8th blessing, paralleling the mitzvah of circumcision, which requires healing and which is designated for day 8 of the child's life, in accordance with a verse that says, "My covenant of circumcision was with him, and therefore I gave him rejuvenation." Again, the 8th part is talking about the perfection of the Jew. The perfection of the Jew, of the body, is circumcision. As Rabbi Akiva points out, wheat is not finished until you're taking off the straw that holds the wheat and the husk in order to make it a berry that you can then grind and make into flour. So too, says Rabbi Akiva, that the Jew is only physically perfected as a final form of what is a Jew once he has circumcision. The blessing of the covenant, this connection between the Jew and Avram Avinu, which is coming with the circumcision on the 8th day, is occurring with the 8th part of the Shemona Esrei prayer. It's so connected with something that's above nature and something that's talking about this physical perfection and refinement. Why did they institute that the blessing of abundance, where it says, "Who blesses the years," should be the 9th blessing? It parallels the mention of Hashem's name in TEHILIM 29. There are 18 mentions of Hashem's name where it says the Yud K Vav K in TEHILIM 29. And it is based on these names that we say 18 blessings in the Shemona Esrei. Who blesses the years should be 9th because it corresponds in that psalm to place the blessing, who blesses the years, next to the blessing, who gathers the dispersed of Israel. Your mountains of Israel sprout forth your branches and give forth your fruit to my people Israel. And why will the mountains burst forth with fruit? Because they, the people Israel, are close to returning. Says the Rashi, is that the ingathering of the exiles occurred at a time of bountiful harvests. This is being placed here in the sequence of the Shemona Esrei. Once the exiles have gathered, then the judgment will take place. Hashem keeps his word, and that the righteous are going to witness that, and they're going to rejoice because they're going to experience it. But not only are they going to experience it, everything that Hashem said is true. And the Haredim, who are the righteous people, the ones who are observing all this stuff, these are going to be the ones who are going to be rejoicing, because not only are they going to see this, but they're going to actually witness the fulfillment and the perfection of the creation, the putting into place of the rectification of why things were created in the first place. And it's going to be the Haredim that are going to be the ones who are rejoicing. The blessings of the righteous includes all the letters of the Hebrew alphabet. When you're seeing all the letters of the alphabet in the Tehillim, it's really referring to something that includes all of creation. The blessing of the righteous, that because this part has all of the letters inside of it from the Hebrew alphabet, that you can see that it's like the acrostic is one that you say to your wife every Friday. The Ashes Hayel, which is written by King Solomon, is that things were created in the creation as male and female. This is an integral part of what's going on in this world down here, Olam Hazeh. So that's why it's written as an acrostic. Only with the male and the female and Poravu, a man and a woman, and building a Jewish home, can you start to reach the higher spiritual levels and start to access the higher order of creation. And that's why it has a connection in the infinite. I mean, there's nothing greater than a Jewish home raising Jewish children who are learning the Torah and the Mishnah and the Gemaras. And this is something that reaches toward infinity. So inside of this bracha, when you say it every day, the righteous have inside of there this same concept of the use of all of the letters. And this is something that reaches toward infinity. You have no idea how lucky you are to be born a Jew. When you open up Shemona Esrei and you read it, you can see now all of the intricacies that go into it, how it's connected directly to Shemayim, and that you as an individual can connect and can elevate yourself above the natural world. And you can do that by doing Torah and mitzvot, but also prayer. The only way you can start to access this and start to understand what's going on is you have to learn. The Torah learning is so important. Sometimes you'll hear people saying that tshuva is the most important thing, but in fact, Torah learning is the most important thing, because how can you make tshuva if you don't know what to make tshuva about? How do you make tshuva if you don't know how to fix your behaviors and so you don't make sins in the future? All of this is structured in a way that is part of an ancient tradition that you're part of, that's been handed down. And the Torah that we have today is the Torah that we've always had since Moshe Rabbeinu. And these prayers are ancient, and this is part of divine revelation, because more than half of the authors of Shemona Esrei, when they structured this, the elders had Ruach HaKodesh, but the prophets had the gift of prophecy. Together they crafted this and put this together. And again, even that is part of ancient tradition and ancient prayer that goes back, because the Jews were still praying even in the time of Moshe Rabbeinu. So, but each part is very sensitive and is designed to elevate you. And when you learn more, and you can see this, you can see what's happening. You can start to get spiritual eyes and start to see something that's much greater and much richer to elevate you. And one of the other things is, once you start to learn more, you can start to see why the Jews are the Jews, why we've always been here, why despite having 2,000 years of Christians hitting us over the head with a sword and forcing us to try to convert their silly book, why Jews have looked at it and rejected it and will always reject it. Judaism is the only spiritual system that can connect you with Kodesh Baruch Hu and with Shemayim, and can reach you and lift you above nature and make you more holy. Have a great day.